Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Ntwaniengomane. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to this channel and welcome to today's video. I hope you guys are well. I am amazing. I feel like I'm a little bit excited. So I think, was it last week, I put up a poll on my YouTube and I wanted to ask you guys what type of content you guys enjoy more on my channel, and 50% of you indicated that you enjoy the sit downs, the one-on-ones, the me just talking, and then after that was the vlogs and then the guest videos, right? So I looked at that poll and it sort of inspired me to sit down today and do this video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Also, from my analytics, I think about more than 250 people have joined this channel in the last 28 days. So if you're new here, hello, my name is Ntwanie. We do a lot of career content on this channel. We do a bit of vlogs, lifestyle vlogs, travel content. I hope you stay. I hope you become part of the family and you subscribe. It is absolutely free. I do not charge any money for anybody to view the content on my channel, at least not on YouTube. So feel free to browse through all the other older videos that you may have missed. I just wanted to welcome you guys to another video. I'm so excited about today's video, although it's a dilemma. But listen, I am ready for it. So let's get on to the video. I'm at crossroads right now with the decision that I need to make, right? Where do I start? So, a little bit of a backstory. Back in 2021, when I was considering making the move to London, I had initially thought to myself, this was just going to be a 2-year stint. I am not going to stay there for long. I mean, I don't want to be in audit. I knew that back then. So I'm not going to stay there for long. I'm just going to do this for 2 years just to get the international exposure and also to travel a little bit. And then after 2 years, I'm packing my bags and I'm coming back home. That was me making a decision back in 2021. And I must say that I feel like I just honestly did not do enough research into this decision at that point when I was making it. So there was a lot of unknowns, a lot of things that I didn't know. Okay, sharp, 2 years, happy. That's how I convinced myself to leave South Africa. I was like, it's just 2 years, it's just 2 years. And then I come here, January, I start the job. It's a new country, it's a new place. I'm adjusting to everything. I'm adjusting to just generally life in London. Adjusting to the culture, the way things work here, the weather, the food. Just also there was a lot going on in the first 6 months, because over and above adjusting to just being in a new environment, I was also adjusting to being in this new job where, although I knew how to do the job, it was a different company. It was different systems, different methodologies, different culture. How do people work there? How do people like things to be done? And just general, work, networking as well in the office. So everything was new and everything was hectic and it was rough to sort of get acquainted and get used to all of those things. And I remember just sitting down one day, calling my mom and just being like, Mom, it is hard. I can't do this. I can't do this for 2 years. Never mind the 6 months that I've been here. I've had enough. I'm not doing this for 2 years. It's not happening. I'm not doing it. And she was like, look, if you get to a point where you feel like you don't want to do this anymore and you want to come back home, just pack up your bags and come back. We did not kick you out of the house. You decided to leave. And so you can always decide to come back at any point, at any time. And yeah, things were really rough last year. I don't want to lie. There were so many moments where I just kept telling myself, I just need to do 2 years. I just need to do 2 years. And then it's going to be over. But somewhere along the line, somewhere along the lines of me trying to transition and getting used to this new environment and this new job, and me calling back home, crying and complaining everywhere I went, somewhere along the line, something changed, something happened, or I don't know if it was a point in time or it was a gradual thing. It was probably a gradual thing, but somewhere along all of that, getting used to this place, something changed. Because tell me why I kinda sorta don't wanna go back to SA just as yet. Like, where is that coming from? Why is that happening? This was only supposed to be a 2-year thing. Like, why is it difficult to make the decision to go back now? I feel like where I'm at right now, I'm approaching the 2 years, so it's only like 5 months left until the 2-year mark that I had initially planned on. But there's just something that is staggering in my heart about making this decision. It almost feels as though deciding to leave now is as difficult as when I was deciding to leave South Africa 2 years ago. And how does that happen? How is it comparable? I remember, when was it, earlier this year, I was in conversation with a recruiter in South Africa, and they were looking at my CV and they said, hey, we actually have a role that you want. Of course it's in South Africa, but it's a really good role, and I think they would consider you. And I remember calling my friend that day, and I was like, yo dude, they want to put me in for a job, but the job is in South Africa. I don't know if I'm ready to go back. I don't know if I want to go back. I don't know if I want to take this job. If I take this job, it means I'd have to go back home. And I was just so unsure, and I was just so fighting with myself, like, do I really want to go back home? And I realized from that conversation, or at least that conversation with the recruiter about this role, that maybe I'm not really ready to go back to South Africa. And which is the point of this video, that somewhere along the way of adjusting and going through all the immigrant emotions that everyone goes through, the UK, London, has started to feel like home. It has started to feel like home. It has started to feel like a place where I belong. It has started to feel like a safe space. So much that it's even harder to make the decision to leave here, just as hard as it was when I made the decision to leave South Africa. And like, guys, it's incomparable, because South Africa is home. Like, it's where I've lived, I've grown up, I went to school, my parents are there, my grandparents are there, everybody that I love is there. So you can imagine that making that decision was hard. While here, there's not necessarily that much, I'm not deeply rooted into London, but it's still as hard to make the decision to leave this place. And so through all of that, right, I've sat down, I'm like, but why is it hard? And I remember in our last coaching, in our first coaching session, my mentor actually asked me, why would you go back to South Africa? And that was an easy answer. I told her, well, I would go back because my family is there, my life is there, I could just pick up where I left off and continue. And then she asked me, why wouldn't you go back? And I didn't have an answer. She was basically asking me, yeah, we know the reasons why you want to go back to South Africa, but what are the reasons you wouldn't go back to South Africa? Why would you stay in the UK? And I feel like that the answer to that question is the reason why I'm sitting down and recording this video today. Because why does the UK suddenly feel like home? Why does it feel like a place where I belong? I remember going on vacation last year in June, and you know how when you're on vacation you just can't wait to like go back home to your own bed and have your own routine and all of those things. And when I thought of that, when I thought of, I just want to go back home, I thought of London. I didn't think of South Africa, so London has become home. And I think the number one reason why that is, it's definitely because of the community that I've built here. And I was very intentional with building a community in London, because I didn't have a community in Joburg where I used to stay when I was doing my articles. Yeah, I had friends here and there, but it was not a squad. It wasn't you know the people you do life with, the people that are there for the special moments, the people that are there for all your life's achievements, your squad, man. You go out together, you travel together, you do life together. I didn't have that sense of community in Joburg. I had a friend there, I had a friend there, I had a friend there, but we're never really like closely knit. And I feel like that's what London has afforded me, that close-knit community, because for a lot of us, being in this country means we don't have actual blood family, we don't have actual close relative or support structure, so we all rely on each other so much like family. So I feel like that has accelerated and just made my stay here so much better, and so much more enjoyable. I have people to go out with, people to like travel with, people to do weekends with, and just like people to just hang out with, really. So for me, the sense of community is one of the things that I think makes London feel like home, even though my blood relatives are still in South Africa. But that element has made it so much more enjoyable. Like Joburg is not even comparable to the kind of community that I have here. Guys, when I passed my APC, right, let me tell you, when I passed my APC, it was a good day. Like I found out, I got the results at around 4 p.m. on a Friday. I found out, like you're happy, you're excited in the moment, and then that fades. And I just wished at that moment that I had a group of friends who would come by, would have maybe a braai, or they'll bring like balloons or cake, or even just let's go out to dinner and celebrate together. But I didn't have that. I remember getting in the car after getting those results and going out for dinner by myself. It was, now that I look back, it was the saddest thing that could have ever happened. It was really just so sad to just be having dinner on one of the most important days of my CA career. Do you get it? Like, yeah, it was really sad. It was really sad now that I actually look back. But it's not the same now with being here. I have people to like do celebrations with and stuff. So that's the first thing. The second thing that makes this decision even harder is the whole indefinite leave to remain thing. The reason why I say I didn't do enough research when I was still in South Africa is because I didn't even know about this whole indefinite leave to remain. I didn't even know about the 5 years, guys, when I was making the decision. To me, this was just going to be a 2-year thing. And listen, my 2 years ends in 5 months' time, and I have to decide. But also now I found out about this whole indefinite leave thing, and I've read up a little bit about it, and I've just heard about it, and I've thought about it. I'm just like, it would be so great. It would be so great to stay and get that indefinite leave and get the passport, because guys, passport privilege is a thing. It's a whole conversation that we're gonna have maybe another day. But passport privilege is a thing, especially for you, for your children, for your children's children. I don't know what the rules are in terms of descendants, but I am seeing people who are my age group who are coming to these European countries that have ancestral visas, and seeing just how easy and how flexible and how much options they have, because one of their grandparents was either born here or had citizenship here or had something here, or they were born here, went back to South Africa. Whatever the story is, the fact that they have ancestral visas puts them at a very much high advantage than us, who have to be sponsored to be able to live and work in this country. So passport privilege is also one of the factors that's playing into the decision, because I feel like I would really love for myself to be a citizen, to have the citizens' benefits that every Brit has in the UK, and also just for my kids, to have that ancestral. I don't know what the rules will be at the time, whether they'll change or not, but as it stands today, there is that benefit, and I'm seeing the benefit of having an ancestral visa when I'm here through my white counterparts mainly who are here through ancestral visas. So yeah. The third thing, right, that I feel like I'm considering and I'm just thinking about in making the decision is the opportunity cost. Guys, London is another reason why it's difficult to make the decision is because of how London, the amount of opportunities, the travel opportunities that London gives you, the exposure. I mean, London is one of the biggest financial, it's not even one of the biggest financial hub in the world, you know, like living, working here, having travel opportunities from this country is amazing. And I guess I'm at that point where I'm deciding, do I really want to give up the lifestyle that I have in London, the travel opportunities, the community, this passport thing, the indefinite leave to remain, the lifestyle that I've created here for myself? I love the neighborhood that I stay at. Do I really want to give this up to go have more time with my family? But at the same time, do I want to sacrifice time with my family for this lifestyle? Does that make sense? Like, it's such a hard decision to make, and I know you might be sitting there and thinking, Ntwani, you have nice life problems. And you know what, I appreciate where that is coming from your perspective. It can seem like a nice life problem, but for me right now, it's one of those decisions that will change the trajectory of my future and potentially my children's future. So it's something that matters to me, and that's why I'm obviously talking about it. But yeah, we are making some grown-up decisions. I don't know what decision I'll make in the next 5 months. If you guys are interested, stay tuned, click the notification bell so you don't miss the video when I finally make the decision whether to leave or to stay at the end of my 2 years. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched until this point, comment down below adult decisions. Comment down below, guys, because yeah, some big girl decisions need to be made, and just like every decision, it will have consequences. And you know, I have to think about, am I willing to suffer through the consequences of whatever decision I'm going to make. I hope you guys loved this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, click the notification bell, and subscribe if you have not already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.